They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Longhorns will get us started with the opening kickoff. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. Got a little room. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown Gators.
How about that play? And yeah, that was a great job by the return man, but how about the execution and the blocking? Everybody getting a hat on a hat. They set up that return perfectly. Can't start a game better than that.
Lining up for the PAT. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Texas's offense will get the first crack at it here. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You've got to be careful. And David, I like these guys too because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. It's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on 2nd down from the 13. The inside handoff. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
They'll throw it on 1st down. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. You see a Gator bringing the heat like that, you think about Derek Harvey, who was the MVP of the national championship game in 06.
And Alex Brown and Javon Curse, they had a long list of guys that can really make the quarterback's life difficult. You got to put pressure on the quarterback. You got to affect him. Really nice job on this play.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Florida's offense will go to work for the first time. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking quarterbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Good timing on the quick out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They don't even consider the 47-yard field goal attempt, and they'll try to pick it up on 4th down and short. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground.
And that's the problem with blitzing on defense. You live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. Defense dialed up the pressure, but the offense had a better play call. They ran it away from the blitz, and that's why they were able to be successful.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Texas offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll run it with the jet sweep. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Longhorns moving quickly to the line. He's back to throw on 2nd down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you can tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
Makes a move. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. The throw to the outside is complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got his man on the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
4th and short means I'm going for it nowadays. You see it all over college football. Everybody's using analytics and saying, I'm going to take my chances of going for it rather than punting. So great job by the defense, but you better get that next play ready.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. Using his feet. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And listen, we know this QB wants to take on 4th down, go time, got to make a play. Defense locked in, dialed in, got to him, got him on the ground, didn't let him get to the sticks.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. He's got his man. Oh, he left him grabbing. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
He's got an open man. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
That's a nice-looking catch on that play, and I know Texas is known for DBs, and they're known for having really good running backs. Not a lot of great receivers over the years. I'll tell you what, though, this guy is really...
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas!
And coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gators sending the offense back to work. What a return that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking for an open man on second down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Little touch pass to the receiver. How about this confidence in the running game, and he picks up 9, just short of the marker. It'll be 4th and 1. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. The Gators pick up the first down.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
The Gators are on the move. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the right. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to get it through the air. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. And they decide to throw the ball there on 3rd and inches, and then all of a sudden the offensive line was just overwhelmed with blitzes.
Well, they say that football is a game of inches, right, Reese? And that time, it just looked to me like the defense wanted it more. Their guys won up front, they dialed up the blitz, and they made the big play.
So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo. He was lurking, waiting for his opportunity, and like a gator in the swamp, he went into the roll and got that quarterback.
They did. I tell you what, when you want to be dominant in this league, if Florida wants to get back to being a dominant team, it's got to be guys like this in the trenches dominating football games.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last one looked like a back-breaking drive, David, but they ended up punting.
Yeah, they put some plays together, put some yards together, but the most important stat is putting points on the board. And this offense has to finish, Jesse, when they get across that 50-yard line and start getting in scoring territory.
Yeah, there was some good execution, no doubt about it, but I think it's the critical down and distances, third down in particular. They've got to be better moving forward.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low.
Oh, look out! He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Now from inside the red zone. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Touchdown, Gators! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass, try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Rice has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside this building that hosted Super Bowl VIII. They're up by just one over Tulane. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Not a lot of... Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where...
Nothing but green ahead. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down mark.
But when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's low key.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Trying to convert this second and short. Defense wants to bring the heat. They're going to throw it again. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Looking to throw for it. Makes his connection. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Quick completion on the out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
We see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incomplete.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. He spent his whole career in the backfield, now 40 career sacks.
That is absolutely insane. A guy that can get to the quarterback that much. You know where he's at, Palmer. He's on the end of the line of scrimmage most of the time. You're pointing to him. There's the guy we got to make sure that doesn't make the play, and he gets to the quarterback time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they're going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
Nice job.
At the 22.
The assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Snags it down the right side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
And first down for the offense.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to run it. On the move at the 30. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will kick it away to start the second half.
Texas.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions. The coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, Texas.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. He's got it. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dances away from the heat. Going to try to get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Offense lining up quickly.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
The Longhorns have this offense rolling. They'll give it to him again. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here comes the hurry up. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the defense has got it, and they're trying to pick up some yards. Oh, look out on the right. Touchdown, Gators. Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did.
And that's just the guy you want to find that football. The ball's loose. Who do you want to get it? One of your little fast guys. The defensive back picks it up and turns on the afterburners, takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
38, Texas, 10. Texas.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row now. They've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team. If they're having this much success on the ground, it starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, the defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
The give to the tailback.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Movement here from the tight end. He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the 2nd half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Quickly complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. 3rd and short. They've got them back up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. Catch in the middle. It's Huffman. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Looking to throw it again. Quick strike complete.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Quarterback will audible. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quickly complete. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The Gators are marching down the field.
That's a first down for the offense.
He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
And the Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. Open runway ahead. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
And that's a first down for the offense.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Going to the ground. Keeps the legs moving. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that one.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Touchdown, Florida! And the beatdown has ensued. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Texas offense. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Running toward the tape. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the mark. And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Louisiana is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about down on the Bayou for some time. They're up by 38 over the Astronauts. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The offense back to work. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
And still a few inches short of the sticks as they come to the line for second down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Makes the grab. It's Wiggins. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Montgomery. Fires to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a third and long. They're bringing heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
On third and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the fourth down.
The Gators line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Just a short pass to the tight end.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very...
Unleashes one deep. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
We're trailing this much in the fourth quarter. The offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. They'll throw it from the red zone. Quickly complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Longhorns line it up with a 1st and goal. He wants to throw it again. He wants it all. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to get to it. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. But listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
They had to have it, and they got it. A touchdown late in this game.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle. A nice job by this offense, continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, David.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that are going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately...